Hey y'all, out here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I'm at a place called Hightech Signs. I'm getting my car wrapped. This is through a sponsor, and this was the place that they used, and so that's why I'm in Fort Wayne. Why didn't you get it done in Knoxville? That's why. But anyways, they come highly recommended. They do a nice job, and by now you've seen the car. It turned out beautiful. But I had a lot of questions when I tried to set this up and how things work, and I thought it'd be interesting if I could come in here and do just a quick little Q&A with them to find out if you're just thinking about wrapping your car, what you'll need to know, what decisions, what materials or whatever you can use. So anyways, let me get the camera turned around and we'll find out some of this stuff. It's a big shot, right? How all this works, we're gonna figure it out, huh? Big printers. Let's go find it. There.
Nice.
Dog Jay, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Scotty D.
Hey, Scotty D. How are you?
Outstanding. What do y'all got going on today?
Well, we are actually doing a car.
You're doing for me?
ScottieDTV.
You know, for as many hot rods and projects as I get to shoot, this is the first time I've actually shot one where my car's involved in the project. How's it coming along?
Well, it's coming excellent. It's coming excellent. Real good. We got a competent group putting this vinyl on for you.
Cool, man. It's looking good.
We've got 4 master certified installers. 3 of them are working right now, and the other one with the red hair is
standing there watching.
I'm talking.
I got you. So tell me, what do you send them to? I mean, is there some kind of certification or something you can get, or
yeah,
they got to go to school? How's this work?
There's several of them.
Right.
3M puts one on. Several of the other suppliers put them on. The one that we went through is called PDAA, but it's one of the top certification programs, and they come in and actually did a week-long training with us, and then they have a certification test that comes at the end of that to make sure that you know what you're doing.
So if somebody wanted to become a vinyl installer, is there like a school they could go to become, or do they have to get hired first and then get trained?
You know, it's a little bit of both. All of our people had 7 to 10 years of vinyl application experience before they went through the school.
Right.
So that helped.
Right.
You know, if you went through the school, you probably wouldn't get certified if you hadn't been working. So it's kind of a,
I gotcha.
You probably need a couple years of practical application to pass the test.
You gotta be somebody's gopher for a little while to get accustomed to products and tools and things like that before they turn you loose with it all.
Yep, you have to act as an intern.
Intern is a much pleasanter name.
For a lot of years. You're a vinyl intern for a lot of years, and then they turn you loose.
Now tell me, when we're talking vinyl, is it vinyl like vinyl interior vinyl, or is it like, I mean, what? It seems like there's a lot of different vinyls out there, is my point.
There's a tremendous amount.
And what makes this, because this stuff you said will last like 6 or 7 years, right?
It will, it certainly will. And the interesting thing about this vinyl is that it's a 3M product. It's called Control Tack. So whereas previous cast vinyls that we were all used to working with years and years ago wouldn't let air release, this vinyl does.
Oh, wow. So it breathes.
So it breathes, yeah. It makes the application a lot easier when you're trying to do complex curves and go around fender wells and underneath the car. Yeah.
It's probably better for the paint too.
Better for the paint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because eventually one day you pull it off.
Right.
You know.
And you don't want the paint to come with it.
That's right.
Yeah. Ideally.
Yeah. How long have y'all been doing this, Doug? You're the owner?
I am.
Okay.
I am. My dad actually started the company 25 years ago.
Wow.
We've been doing vehicles that whole time. Hightech 25 years ago was moving from hand painting to individual die-cut letters, like you see on a lot of utility service trucks right now.
Sure.
And probably about 5 years ago, we started getting into vehicle wraps and vehicle graphics and that, and we really stepped up with our Master Certified for 2 years.
Wow. How long have they been wrapping vehicles?
Been wrapping vehicles for a long time. I mean, it's something that's been happening. I think it's sort of trended from the West Coast, which I think is where it started, to the East Coast. And it's just kind of the modern way to either customize a Mustang like this, or commercially get your message out to the public, because everywhere that vehicle goes, your message is out there.
And when I got into the business back in '99, people were just starting to experiment, but nobody was really doing it well.
Right.
2001, the first one started going out, really started kind of breaking through in that 7 to 9 year range.
I got you. So it's gotten better. Now it's to the point where it's hard to tell a wrap from paint.
Yes.
And actually, usually how you can tell is if the paint job is so over the top, there's no way somebody could have painted that. It seems like it must be a wrap. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
Or if something's carbon fiber, that would seem like it'd be $1 million to make that piece in carbon fiber.
Right.
It must be a wrap. Because I was in SEMA
Yep.
this year, and there was like tables after tables of wraps. I mean, this stuff, they're starting to make 3D wraps. They're starting to make all kinds of stuff.
It's amazing. If you want your car to be platinum gold,
Right.
silver,
Chrome. Right.
you can wrap it.
Now tell me again, I was telling folks that are listening that when I started this process, I had heard you could do anything you want, but then it becomes really what's anything, you know? So I noticed that we're gonna have logos on this car, but there aren't no logos on the car. So do you usually wrap one and then add your decals to it, or do you put those decals in the wrap as you're making it?
And it depends, you know, on the application, where they're positioned, how they're fit within the body lines of the vehicle.
Right.
So it's kind of a process where you just figure out what you want to do first and how it's best going to fit the vehicle, and then you just go from there.
If you're designing a wrap, what kind of tips would you tell people to keep in mind?
It's
Any colors you want to stay away from, or you got? Now I know that when I was working with my artists on my end, positioning of decals was because, well, we don't want to put it there because they'll stretch the logo when they go to stretch the wrap. So you don't want to put it in this place, but you'll be fine to put it in this place.
And that's another great point about applying logos after the base color is on, stretching the logo itself. You know, if you have a logo like yours, ScottieDTV, we're going to put it on afterwards, so
Right.
we don't distort it in the wrap process. There's a lot of heat that's involved, and
When you're wrapping.
when you're wrapping.
Because you got, now what keeps, tell me this, what keeps it from when you're heating it up? Because it's vinyl. What keeps it from stretching and getting wrinkly and all?
Lots of experience.
Right. Because there's a
classic
tipping point, right?
Right. Because a lot of time, like after they're done applying it, they'll what we call post heating, and they're actually going over and applying heat basically to the whole wrap,
Okay.
so that it adheres really well to the vehicle. And during that time, they've actually got a thermometer on that heat gun, judging the heat that's being applied to the surface of the vehicle, where that heat is being applied.
So you all don't go to Walmart and just buy blow dryers?
No. we
Specialty equipment
No.
for this? Imagine that.
I know.
Exactly.
Now tell me when you do, like, okay, so you put these ScottieDTV logos in the decal there. What, do you have a big printer or something that does that? How's that work?
We definitely do.
Yeah?
We have, this is done on a salt. So you can see, as you paint across the shop, there's multiple printers in here.
Right.
This one is done on is a 10-foot salt printer, as you can see right up in the corner.
Right.
After you get
So
that
these
done.
big, like, railroad train looking things are actually big printers.
Yes.
Like laser printers or something. Yes? No?
They
Yeah.
are out for duck.
Yeah. Technically, they're a lot like your inkjet printer at home,
Right.
just specialty inks, a lot bigger format. We go from 5 feet to 16 feet wide
Holy cow.
in our printing. Now, wrap vinyls generally only come 5 feet wide.
Right.
It's just a limitation of the way that material's made. But on printing, you can go that wide, and we can lay down a 16-foot swath of ink, just like your 8.5 by 11 printer at your home would.
Wow.
Just different inks, different style, but the same exact process
I got
and principle.
you. Well, and instead of buying inkjet cartridges, you fill up gallons of ink.
Exactly.
Buckets.
Yes.
Now tell me, let's say, because the chrome ones are real popular, is that a more expensive wrap than, say, a flat wrap like that?
It probably, you know, those vinyls come pre-colored.
Right.
So if we were to do a vehicle in chrome, we would buy that vinyl already chrome.
Right.
Yes. Now the process is probably what would create more expense because it's so delicate, and just the time it takes to do something like that is.
So the labor to install a chrome would be harder than just your normal flat.
Right.
I gotcha.
You know, it's easiest way to put it is the chrome's not going to hide any imperfections
I see it.
whatsoever.
Yeah, I
So
gotcha.
it just, you know, you have to take a lot of
Any
time.
little piece of dirt or anything's gonna show up on chrome.
Exactly.
Like a big pimple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha. So outside of making cars cool, what else do y'all do?
We do a lot of event signs.
Right.
We work for a lot of national brands.
Now I saw some pictures in the lobby in the Olympics. If I'm letting out a secret, I apologize. Y'all do some work for the U.S. Olympics?
We do.
Wow.
We do. We've done a fair amount of work with U.S. trials
Right.
for the USOC, and they've been a good partner for us.
And if somebody wants to some information, And what's the best way to get that from y'all? We got a website or phone number?
We do. Our website is Hightech, H-I-G-T.
Yeah.
Sorry.
H-I-G-H-T-E-C-H.
Sorry, Scotty.
Signs.
Sorry, Scotty.
You're all right, brother.
H-I-G-H-T-E-C-H
Right.
hyphen or dash signs.com.
All right. I'm gonna put a trailer on the end with that on it.
Excellent.
And I'll put it in the description, guys.
Thank you, and
'cause that
I-
is very confusing. I got you. Not your fault. It's just, hey,
It was what
it's
we
not
had.
not every name can be Scotty D, right? They all can't be that easy.
Exactly.
I'm a simple man, so I just came up with a simple name. But anything else, like I said, when I was doing it, yeah, you hear you can virtually do anything. Are there limitations? Like if I wanted tribal design on this, you just say that's what you want, and you get examples of it from somewhere and apply it.
Yeah, I mean, we have a creative staff here,
Right.
and you can find, some basic elements of that sort of thing. And there's a lot of templates out there, like a lot of things for vehicles.
Right.
You can buy various template packages for
Okay.
the vehicles, and then a lot of times it's just your imagination on
Your own
how.
limitation.
Right.
Yeah. And you're actually the person that's been handling my account job.
Uh-huh.
So tell me, if somebody wanted to design a wrap, would they best do is contact you first and say, hey, this is what I'm kind of thinking of, and how do you bill somebody? Because obviously you're gonna have artist time and all that, folks. It ain't free. All right, I know you're all sitting out there thinking they'll do something for free, but I'm sure you must charge people by the hour to design a wrap or something, right? Or is that some part of it?
Yeah, and it's mainly, once they've called us and we've talked about what it is they want to do, then we kind of all figure that out from there.
Right.
Yeah.
I got
And
you.
really, there aren't any limitations. I mean, the sky's the limit as far as colors and designs, and it all kind of fits together like a puzzle. You
Right.
know, you start with a basic concept, and then you start adding, and before you know it, you've got a finished product.
Cool. So you're glad to work with them all the way through the process.
Absolutely.
Come to you first and then let it go from
Absolutely.
there.
Yeah.
And of course, the question everybody's going to want answered, and one that nobody really likes to give a hard, fast figure on, ballpark me on what it costs to get a car wrapped.
You're in the 2,000 to 2,500 range.
All right.
If it's over the top,
Right.
and if it's something just crazy wild, and we've spent a lot of time in design and just application, then obviously it's going to be more expensive.
What if, let's say if I wanted to spend $3,000, I could probably go to the end of the world on $3,000.
Well, it'll get you to a certain point.
What's the most expensive wrap you've ever done?
Most expensive
Not
wrap.
that, I mean, I guess from design, because I know y'all have done tour buses and stuff like that.
Yes.
And that's a material that's going to run that price up. But from a design aspect, what do you think? Like a car, what's the most expensive kind of car that you looked at?
Well, it kind of falls into that $2,500 to $3,500 range.
I gotcha.
Yeah, $3,500.
I'm just trying to figure out where the end of the world is. And I guess, yeah, if I tie up 2 weeks of your time, the end of the world could be never. But
You can do most things for about 10 grand.
Right.
I mean, if you want to go just, if you're going chrome and carbon fiber vinyl
Right.
and an intricate design
Right.
laced out through that, and we're spending 2 months in back and forth in a truly creative sort of dynamic process, that may be your upper window, I think.
I gotcha.
I have a hard
understand.
time imagining anything more than that.
yeah, you got the time to design a car for 10 grand. You could, I mean, that gets high. The average person is going to be 25 to $3,000.
Exactly.
And this stuff will last 6 to 7 years, as good as paint. And you were telling me to treat it like paint.
Right, and
As far as
usually the
washing it.
warranties are in the 4 to 5 years for the color fastness and that sort of thing. But yeah, I think your average experience with the vinyl itself
Right.
is going to be closer to those upper ranges.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
thanks so much for answering these questions for me. Anything else you want to get out about the company before we go?
We're just excited to be working with Scotty D.
Man, I am so excited to have you working with me, fellas. And like I said, again, if they're interested, call Jeff.
Call
Jay.
Jay. Hey, it started with a J.
That's right. I got close. But
Yep.
anyways, what number should they reach you at?
260-484-2600.
And it's Hightech/signs.
Hightech or dash signs.com.
All right, cool. Fellas, I appreciate it. Doug, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Y'all are doing a wonderful job. Thank you.
We're
Thank you,
excited
Scotty.
to see it.
Good. Me too. Folks, there you go. There's the back room, little back information on getting your car wrapped from Hightech Signs in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Hope you all have enjoyed it. See ya.